Welcome back, everybody, to MLB The Show 25 with the Los Angeles Angels under the tenure of the Two Idiots franchise. We are here today opening up a trade screen, and this one makes a lot of sense. Let me walk you through it. We've got Cal Quantrill, who approached us in the offseason to sign as a free agent, and we agreed because he's got a pretty high overall, and for $7.3 million, that's really not bad at all for a high-value pitcher. We've also got Eddie Castillo, and we drafted him in 2025, and right now with his overall at 66, his potential as a C, and he's 18 years old, the ceiling is near for Eddie Castillo, and we've got two high-value catching prospects above him in Harry Ford and Dalton Rushing. So I think we're locked in at catcher right now. Castillo as a third wheel just would not quite be good enough to ever do anything for us. So in looking for a trade, we value starting pitchers pretty highly in that when we're searching for prospects. And we've got Yarlin Susana from the Nationals, who is 21 years old. He's got B potential and a 72 overall. I do feel like that makes sense for us to trade and get Quantrill out of there. He was more of a rental anyways to try to give us a little bit of boost at the MLB level, but we are still prospect catching and developing. So Susana fits in with our game plan and our strategy here in the Angels rebuild in year 2. And I think that the Nationals have strong enough starting pitching right now that they don't really need anybody, but Quantrill could also, like I said, kind of provide that rental boost. And Susana is maybe a little further away for them. Their pitchers aren't quite as aged as some of the other teams have. So to trade Quantrill and Susana would be nice, would be rational, but they won't take the 1-to-1. So we've added in Castillo, and he can be part of their backup system for catcher behind the plate. So here we go, opening up this episode with the Angels and the Nationals instituting a trade. Quantrill and Castillo for Susana. With the trade for Susana behind us, it's time to get back moving forward. We are third in the division right now at 46-52, barely fending off the Athletics and holding a slight lead against the Astros. We are not really looking at a division win this year, so this is just fine right now. We're 4-6 in our last 10, and it's time to go on a road trip. We're going to be playing the Chicago White Sox first, then to Seattle, and then to Texas before coming home at the end of the month. But the White Sox, as our first series opponent here, are 26-70, looking once again historically bad. So we'll see how this series goes. Hopefully we can pick up some wins. The Orioles have acquired Dylan Cruz from the Nationals. I guess they're just trading with everybody. Holy crap.
Wow, for Rick Anderson and Vance Honeycutt.
They got another starting pitcher with a lot of time to build and 73 overall. Okay.
That's a good starting point at 18.
Between us and the Nationals, we're accruing all of the starting pitcher Infinity Stones.
Yeah, we're trying. we got to race against the Nationals to see who can get the prospects.
And that makes sense because they're on the same development pipeline strategy that we are, is build those prospects up and low value, or rather low contracts. But yeah.
9 hits on the day, 5 RBIs, 6 walks. That's good. 7 strikeouts, a little high, considering 3 of them are Royce Lewis. God. Lawrence Butler with a home run, a couple RBIs from Mattel. Royce Lewis and Butler with 2 home runs. Maybe some of the boys will turn around because most of them have been ice cold. Even the guys in the minor leagues have been ice cold. So there's no point in bringing half of those guys up to see if that can get the lineup juice. But all right, a little bit of a day today.
Yeah, and it's only July right now, but in Los Angeles, like you're saying, it's been a blizzard on a lot of the guys that we've been looking at. It's been very tough. This game turned out pretty well, though, and Espino picks up win number 5. I'm really happy about that because I don't want to see him at double-digit losses before he's even at half that, you know. But he gives up 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched for a quality start, allowing 7 hits and striking out 5, only walking 1, and then Tanner Scott and Justin Martinez combined for 3 innings of excellent relief. Martinez was save number 26 on the year, so he is actually having a really good pace right now, and he'll drop his ERA down to a 3.85 now.
Nice to see Tanner Scott still doing well.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, that's nice. Nice solid win opening the series. Let's see what game 2 gets us.
After the win in Game 1, we step into a critical situation in Game 2 with Lawrence Butler. We're down by 1. Caleb Ferguson will miss outside with his first pitch, but we're trying to mount the comeback here in the top of the 9th. Nobody out. 2 men on, and Butler lifts that high left field, barely has to move, and the throw-in prevents the runners advancing. So double play could still get the Sox out of this and seal Game 2 for them. And the lineup turns over for Nolan Shanuel. Bottom of the screen says draft pick grades, and it's notoriously empty there. Shanuel, a grounder, the throw to second, and no, it goes wide.
Oh, the air mailed it.
It's out of play, and we tie it.
Nice.
The White Sox had pulled the White Sox, and they erred to allow a run in, and now it's a tie game. And Brady House could bring down the house here with an RBI to put us ahead. Come on. Nope.
Oh.
Well underneath it, and that's shallow right field. But the game got a little more interesting there, huh?
Definitely. I like it.
Bottom of the 9th now, and Tanner Scott remains here with the tied ball game, defending the tie. Trying to push extras here to give us that ghost runner on second to start the 10th. But to get there, we need to get out of this inning. And it's 7, 8, and 9. And the White Sox have brought in Lenyn Sosa, averaging 160. Maybe they just want the righty-lefty matchup. And, well, that doesn't work out for them as Tanner Scott smokes him.
I think that was 3 straight sliders at the bottom of the zone.
Nasty. Just disrespectful.
He's like, sit the fuck down.
Yep. Lefty-lefty now for Colson Montgomery, averaging 231 as Scott gets strike one at the top of the zone.
Inside.
Nearly gets the bottom corner, but that's a little too far inside. All the way on the slider. Good stuff so far from Scott, though. The command seems to still be just as strong.
No.
This is there. Trying to entice him into getting underneath that and popping it up, but it's 2-2 now.
Ball.
No chase. It's a good at-bat by Montgomery. And that's hit well to shortstop, and it's played, and we've got out number 2.
That's an out.
Last man in the way of seeing extras today is going to be Tanner Scott versus Brian Ramos.
Good
Ramos?
180. 0 for 2 on the day. Yeah, Ramos is right.
Damn it.
There's the announcer.
Okay. Fouled away, and that's strike 2. Staring down the barrel of Tanner Scott here. 0-2 has got to be a scary position to be in.
1-2.
Circle
Yeah,
change,
he's
no
been
bite.
pitching really well.
Wow.
Oh.
And that one was even further out, and he whiffed on it. All right, we're seeing extras.
He must be thinking something was coming in hot, and he just was sold out all the way.
Yeah, slider trying to backdoor him, maybe.
Now playing center field. Number 30.
All right, we've got our extra base runner, Joe Adell. 3-4-5, heart of the order, due up. Adell 0 for 4.
Ball. No.
And he watches that sinker from Caleb Ferguson.
1-0.
Joe Adell's averaging 249 so far this year. He's doing all right, despite, I would say, the recent games here. Well, the Diamondbacks acquired Pete Fairbanks from the Rays. I saw that on the ticker just now.
Oh, I missed that one.
1-2 against Adell.
Ball.
Wow,
Down.
ballsy take for a ball. Oh! Tied him up in knots inside with the slurve. That looked enticing, but that position, that spot was really, really good by Ferguson. It's a great pitch.
All right, Lewis, you're over 3 today, and you hit by a pitch. Get some payback.
Well, he'll watch the cutter. Center of the zone. And he will pop that up into shallow center field. It does get down. There we go. Royce Lewis with a bloop single RBI, and the Angels have taken the lead.
I thought that had way too much air to drop.
Yeah. The White Sox are going to bring in Owen White now, and this might be the white flag. With a 5.78 ERA over 62 innings pitched, he has been pretty terrible.
Like, oh, the game's over. We're down a run. You might as well just come in and throw your arm out, buddy.
Yeah, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And Ezekiel Duran.
Duran's up. Yeah, this is the nail in the coffin, boys. Right here.
Yeah, with his 202 average.
Yeah. Yeah.
A glimpse,
4 home runs on the air.
A glimpse into the mentality of the Chicago White Sox that Ezekiel Duran and his 200 average signal the end of the game. Fouled away. Count evens up at 1-1.
Like bringing the mop up, guy. Bringing the innings, guy.
We just need a body. Get a position player out there. Duran to left center field, and they're under it. 2 down now. As we get ready to defend the lead and try to close this game. Jason Dominguez will get another chance. He's got a home run today. That's nice to see. It's another guy in need of a turnaround here as he's averaging 203.
Yeah, he definitely he's driving the struggle bus.
Yeah. And he'll get a piece of that one to left field, and that is a routine pop-out. So now, it's closing time. And the Angels try to take game 2. We just need 3 outs to do it. And to do that, we're going to bring in Justin Martinez. He's saved 26 out of 29 opportunities. He's been stellar as a closer. The ERA is a little high, but his job, his one and only job, is to save and close games. And he's done really, really well at doing that. This is a different kind of challenge, though, in extra innings where you've already got a runner in scoring position. Now, those aren't charged to him via the ERA, but if he's been having trouble with base runners on and allowing those runs to come through, then this is where it could get dicey. And the lineup has turned all the way over now for Iglesias.
Yeah, it definitely adds an extra wrinkle to the plan whenever you have someone on second base. Unless you try to ignore him and just pitch straight at the guy in the plate, treat him like he's not there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's got to be the strategy, is for the most part, you just do what you would do in a normal close situation. That one's in the dirt, and they don't advance. But yeah, because I think you kind of expect that base runner to come in. When you've got 3 opportunities and a man on second, more often than not, that runner's coming home. And that was the case for us there in the top of the 10th. So if Martinez approaches this like a normal save and attacks the zone, gets these guys, then, well, that'll work out too, as Iglesias will ground out to short, preventing the runner from moving forward to third. And here's Tauchman. Averaging 249, one of the few bright spots here in the Chicago White Sox lineup, and he'll foul down the first base line to begin the at-bat.
Tauchman used to be a Cubby.
Yeah.
Ball 1.
Very close on the sinker, but it's below the zone. I'd like to get that call. I think with it dropping. There's another one. Might be a touch lower, but still a really good pitch, and it's 1-2 now. You hear what they're chanting? Let's don't suck.
Did they forget they were in the Chicago ballpark?
Yeah, well, the one that's not very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the previous
Yeah,
World Series winners that we just had.
Yeah, no. Yeah. They're in the wrong ballpark.
Yeah.
They're saying don't suck. It's the other Chicago ballpark you're supposed to be in.
Uh-huh. 1-1 against Andrew Vaughn now, as that one is also in the dirt and recovered by Rushing.
At least he's doing a good job blocking.
Yep.
He takes up all of that space behind the plate.
Yeah, he looks very big back there. And that's weakly grounded. Martinez recovers it, and we've got him. The assist there will close this game out. We've taken the series now 2 out of 3, and now we can try for the sweep. But that's a good win. Happy to see the critical situation turn out well for us, and a critical closing save there. That's awesome.
Very nice.
So coming out of the All-Star break, that's a series win with those first 2 games in hand. And we've got a chance here to sweep Chicago. It's going to be Ben Lively on the mound for them against Rhett Lauder. So this looks really good for us in the matchup. Let's see if we can sweep.
No.
Nope. Oh, boy.
No, we did not manage a sweep.
3-5.
It's 7 hits on the day, 2 walks, only 4 strikeouts. 1 run from Royce Lewis. Some doubles from Brady House, Royce Lewis, and Dalton Rushing. But yeah, nothing really. The bats got a little quiet on us.
Yeah, and Lauder had a pretty good game, but unfortunately, he will pick up loss number 7. He near had the quality start status. Gonzalez got him out of that situation, I guess, and then we put in Hunter Gaddis, and unfortunately, with 2 earned runs, that's the rest of the game. But yeah, the offense wasn't quite there, so Lauder gets pegged with that loss, and we'll just move on. 2 out of 3 is not bad, but I would have expected better against this terrible White Sox team.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we were going to get a sweep. It would have been nice after that rough week before the All-Star break where we lost to 5 in a row.
It's our first chance at signing our draft picks here in 2026, and our first-round draft pick, Michael Bostapka, is highly motivated to sign with us. He does have an $8.2 million bonus demand. The MLB suggests for his draft pick value as the first-round draft pick that we give him 7.76, and we are dropping that even further, down to 6.8 million, but he's still 72% motivated to sign. So let's see if we can get him for cheap. Oh yeah, we got him.
He's going to submit what he wants because he's only asking for 1.7. The MLB suggests 2.33, but we're just say you want this, you're going to get it. And there we go. Can't believe he was that motivated to sign.
Well, we discovered him.
Did you think we were a different ball team?
No, but we might have been the only ones that picked up the phone.
Oh, maybe. And Sergio Montoya at 78% motivated to sign. He should be an easy get. He's not even asking for much. We're gonna overpay him a little bit. He's asking for 284. We're gonna offer him 375, and he takes it. Kendrick Lott 61% motivated to sign. He's asking for 5-1. We saved a little bit of money. Let's bump this up a little bit, just so we can hopefully sign him. No. Okay. All right.
Upkeep on that mustache costs a lot.
Yeah, we should have offered him a little bit more. I apologize, sir. That's my bad.
Why don't you just put all 3 on the board and we'll leave them to get more motivation?
All right, we'll do that up. We'll let them kind of stew a little bit, and then we'll come back and offer some money next time. Now on to Seattle. Let's kick some butt. No. But we do have a trade offer
and
from
before
the
the
Reds.
deadline. Yeah, they're knocking on the door. What do the Reds want?
Tanner Scott.
Oh, man. I already don't think so. Looks like these guys are an A-ball.
How does the computer honestly think that that's even a worthy offer of a trade?
I've got no clue. That is one of the most laughable trade offers that I've seen.
Yeah. Declined. I couldn't decline that any fucking harder. All right, so we lost the first game to Seattle. Let's get the second game. Let's not lose this series in the first 2 games. We're going against Logan Gilbert, though, so it could be a bit of a struggle, but we got this. No. All right, so let's see if we can avoid a sweep.
No, wait. We got to sign draft picks.
Oh, we got to sign draft picks. We got to sign draft picks.
Why don't you want to sign these guys?
I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on.
That's what the notice keeps coming up, but you get rid of it right away.
Yeah, I'm so used to ignoring those notices, dude.
I know.
Oh my god. All right. Let's give him some mustache money.
That should do it.
Right there. There's some extra money for your mustache. There you go. That's what he was needing. And we understand. I apologize, sir. Welcome to the Angels. We're gonna give a last.
We got plenty to. Yeah, we can. He's 80% motivated for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say here.
He really needs the money. He's got some gambling debt.
Yeah. And here's the other Carlos Chavez. Look at him, $1 million. There you go. Look at that.
There you go.
Sign them up. Now we don't have to worry about signing draft picks.
Yeah, now we can skip this.
Now we can. Oh my word! I apologize. Off
You're
my
fine.
game. Take a week off. See, and now it's
That's what happens. I know.
yeah. Fuck. So we are now 48 and 55. Yeah, we're behind the Athletics now, and only one game ahead of the Astros.
Well, they're surging up. They're 9-1 in their last 10.
I know.
And we are just on a steady decline now.
Yep. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Time to stop the skid.
Yeah, right here. Blowout.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
7-1. I'll take it.
Wow. That's incredible.
Man, we had 4 walks. That's not too bad. 25 strikeouts. That's not too shabby. Wow, Royce Lewis with 2 bombs and Lawrence Butler with a home run. Maybe he's finally warmed up a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess with a Royce Lewis, display day where he got 2 home runs, 4 RBIs for him as well is definitely good enough to do it. And Daniel Espino gets win number 6. We had just talked about him getting win number 5, so I am happy. He looks to be putting together quite a good streak now. He gets another quality start, no earned runs, only 3 hits allowed. He did allow 3 walks, but that's not bad at all over 6 innings and 6 strikeouts to complete his day. Tanner Scott gets hold number 20 off getting 2 more outs. And then Hunter Gaddis goes another long relief day, 2 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and he gets his first save of the year officially.
So no sweep. That's what I like to see. We can't have sweeps against us. We want to stay afloat a little bit. We don't want to be the bottom of the division.
Well, now we've got a series versus the Texas Rangers, and this is a 4-game set here, beginning with Dakota Hudson on the mound versus Paul Blackburn. This is going to be interesting to see how Hudson does. We called him up just recently to replace, who was that? I'm blanking on it now. Fuck, I wish. Yeah, Quantrill. I wish I would have had that on hand right on the top of my head. I had it going. I was riffing.
Yeah, I thought you had it. We were close.
So Justin Martinez is on the mound as we step into this game now, protecting a 1-run lead, men on the corners, and only 1 out. He will dot a slider in the lower outside corner there for strike 1. And he's on pitch number 30 right now. He's really been working. Looks like he tried to close it, and they were able to score. A bunt is put down by Jimenez, and that will score the tying run. So they'll trade the sacrifice there, and it's time to bring in Victor Gonzalez now.
Damn.
This might end up going a little bit longer than we all thought.
Now batting, catcher,
Jonah Heim at the plate with the runner on second now, and we just need 1 more out to push another inning, give us that extra base runner in the 11th, and Gonzalez should be good for it. A weak tapper. It's picked up at third, and we've got him.
Ooh. Good job it was the catcher running because House took a while to unload that one.
Yeah. All right. Even further into extras now. Top of the 11th. And Dalton Rushing at the plate. 8-9-1 as we'll turn the lineup over. As long as we don't get some type of double play shenanigans. Rushing has been great with runners in scoring position.
Hitting 321. That is a great number.
It's the call on the slider at the top of the zone for Sir Anthony Dominguez here on the Texas Rangers now. It's interesting. Oh, and he'll nail Rushing. Rushing is averaging 272, I thought. Yeah, okay, Rocchio's 214. It was kind of glitching there on the stat line showing, but wow, Rushing is having a great season so far with us, and Rocchio not quite. He'll try the bunt. Misses the fastball.
He's hitting 216 with runners in scoring.
Yeah, not very good. Try the bunt one more time, and it's popped up in front of the plate. That actually might get him there. Rocchio does not beat it out, though, and the runners advance. 2 men in scoring position, 1 out. Double play option is removed, and Mauricio Dubon steps to the plate, averaging 298. Fantastic spot for him to break this game open. Watches the bullseye. Royce Lewis got his 100th career home run on the bottom ticker there.
Nice.
That's fun. Really, really off on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and very quickly our hopes fading for Dubon as it's 0-2. Okay, stays alive, fouls the slider off. Fouls that one as well. Dubon's 0 for 4. I mean, he's definitely due.
Oh,
One
for
ball,
sure.
2 strikes.
Watches the circle change under the zone. Dominguez is going to have to get a little bit closer than that.
2-2 the count.
And that's not it either. Evened up to 2-2.
Oh,
And that's fouled as well. So Dubon, at the start of this at-bat, looked like it was going to go down pretty quick, but now he's recovering to make this a little bit of a battle.
3-2.
And he
Ooh.
barely holds back. It's a full count.
my heart stopped.
Yep. 3-2. Dominguez delivering. And that's fouled away again. Wow.
Making him work.
Seven pitches, I think, right now. And that goes to second base. They throw over to first. And the infield was playing in. They were close, so no run home. And it's going to come down to Nolan Shonowell. One for 5 today. Righty-lefty matchup. It's in favor of Nolan, and it's 0-1 off the strike.
He's hitting 249 in the air, and he's hitting like 197 runners in scoring. I think that's it, or 194.
Yeah, he's
No.
not been very clutch.
No.
Ball 2.
That's 2-1 as Dominguez is slipping on his command a little bit.
You always take the walk, Nolan. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, defends the bottom edge of the zone, and it's 2-2. Fouls that away. I do like that they're battling at the plate, but I don't like getting behind early in the counts. And he hits that. It goes to left field, and it's going to be brought down before the warning track. So our hopes now turn to a possible 12th inning if we can hold them. Victor Gonzalez is going to stay on the mound as... Is it Glider or Glader? Glider?
Later?
Glider? Glider? There's so many ways you could go there.
Let's say glider.
Glider? Okay,
Figueroa?
is it Figueroa or...
Yep.
Figueroa?
Not Figueroa, no way. Figuerio?
Figueroa?
Figueiro?
I don't know, just call him glider.
Hey!
What the
Glider?
hell?
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, his bat glided above that one.
That's good.
1-2 from Gonzalez coming up.
He just glide his ass back to the dugout. That'd be great.
Ooh, defends the sinker there. That was a good pitch.
Good location for sure.
Yeah. Royce Lewis on the bottom ticker there with 72 RBIs is good enough for 3rd place in the American League.
Wow. Must
It's
be
a
having in all our
surprising
runs.
successful stat there, yeah.
3.
And we
Oh.
got him. The sinker low and in. Fools him, and he will do just that and glide back to the dugout. Wyatt Langford now as the lineup will turn over. We've got our first out. And that's hit well to left field. It's going back, and it's brought down. Dominguez is there. That will not advance the runner. I'm surprised, actually.
Yeah.
I expected to see him standing there.
Yeah, so did I.
All right, 2 unproductive outs for the Rangers, and now it looks like we might just have this in hand. Gonzalez has done very well. He got the last out of the last inning with just 1 pitch, and now here, 2 outs on only 7 or 8. 8 pitches, that is. And Leody Taveras is up to the plate. That's 2 strikes against him now off the foul. Here we go. Gonzalez is looking good.
Let's hold the zone. Let's go. Oh,
Very close. Great pitch to try to get him to go after it. 1-2. Chance of let's go Rangers here in Texas. And they're going to have to be silenced there off to the called strike 3, and we'll go to 12. And the Rangers bring in the bearded wonder, A.J. Minter, who's been pretty good with a 3.53 ERA over 58 innings. And we've got a challenge here.
Royce Lewis, 3 for 5 today.
Yep. Average up to 268. As we saw just a moment ago, top 3 in the AL RBI leaders. Nolan Shawnuel on second with a high stolen base percentage. He could be in business here. Ooh, really fooled him on that.
Yeah, he was selling up for a fastball.
Well, it came in almost like a fastball. That was a circle change, but it was at 88 miles an hour.
2 balls,
Yeah.
1 strike.
And right up and in, and it's 2-1 now. And that's hit well. It's going deep to right field, going back.
Oh!
And the dive does not get it. Royce Lewis will drive in the lead run. Will he get 2 or 3? Still to be determined. And it is just a double for Royce Lewis, but that is another RBI. There we go.
Nice.
Replace Shawnuel on second base, and now the inning begins again for Lawrence Butler.
Once performed today, he's already got a double, 3 RBIs today. Let's tack another on there. Let's get number 4. Or crush it and get number 5, you know.
Yeah. Make it really easy.
Ball 1.
No call there. That's a ball.
Hitting 3-9 team runners and scoring.
That's excellent to see. I really like that.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2. Minter trying to battle back. And that's fouled away. No, he watches strike 3 come inside, and Butler is sat down. And now Dominguez will step to the plate, 1 for 5 with a home run today and 2 RBIs. They're in a position for another one. Watches strike 1.
Dominguez is hitting 205 in the year and hitting 179 runners and scoring.
Terrible.
Yep.
And they'll both go down now off of that. Pop out next to the plate. And with the final out with the lead one more time in hand, and it's Ezekiel Duran. 199 now.
Yeah. Not going to show us his running. Oh, there's a running and scoring is 165. My word.
Oh, boy.
I think we need to split those 2 guys up in the lineup.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's strike 2 on the outer
2
edge.
strikes.
Duran has not moved yet.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that was a little dramatic.
Just a little bit. Yeah, calm down.
That was right over the plate, just a
Mike-
foot above the zone.
Mike Schultz watches going, who the fuck do you think you are?
And Minter gets him. Wow.
Well, at least Royce Lewis thought of something.
About as non-competitive as you could be with that at-bat. All right, time to defend it. Close this thing down again, if we can. 3-4-5 due up for the Rangers as Gonzalez remains on the mound. He's looked really, really good here in the extra innings. And that is fouled away, but hit well. 143 Devers is averaging. Wow. Swing and a miss there on the sinker inside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's hitting in a 3 spot, hitting a 143. Wow.
Jeez. Wonder what's been going on with him as he'll reach out for that slider and take a piece of it to stay alive. 0-2 one more time from Gonzalez. And this time he chops it over to third base. I'll take that non-productive out. There we go.
That's what we need. 2 more of those, please.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's our old pal Josh Young. He's 3 for 5 today.
Yeah.
Doesn't bode well for us.
Exactly.
And yeah, we're going to walk him.
Yep. Oh, shit.
Yep.
For Jake Berger.
We're going to get Jake Berger instead, who's got 23 home runs so far this year. Oh, boy.
And 1 today already.
And that's to third. Here
Oh.
we go. The tag, the throw to second, and we've got him. What an unorthodox double play we just turned, but the Angels win.
That was awesome.
I'll take it. Very rarely do we see the grab and the tag there, and then even more curious, he threw to second instead of first, where it was much closer. But any way that we can do it, I'll take it, and yeah, we get the win. That's nice.
Awesome. All right, so we take game 1 against Texas. That's a 2-game win streak now after the 3 straight losses to the White Sox and the 2 to Seattle. So we got the win against Seattle and win against Texas. Let's get a opportunity for a split. Let's get the first 2 games so that at least we have an opportunity for a split against Texas. I can skip this because we've already signed our draft picks.
Right, hit no.
Hey, look at that. There we go.
7-5.
Nice. Nice. So we end up with 9 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. That's a rough day at the plate for the boys. We get a home run from Mauricio Dubon, the guy that plays everywhere. Another home run from Royce Lewis. Nice. Dubon 2 RBIs. Lewis with 3. Joe Adell and Zach Humphreys with the RBIs. And a stolen base from Nolan Shawnoel. Very nice.
Very nice. And Rhett Lauder does not pick up the win despite having a pretty good game. Only 4 hits allowed. He did allow 3 earned runs, though. I imagine probably 1 or 2 of those is a home run. But his ERA still remains strong at a 2.86. He also walked 4 people, which is really not great for us. But Gonzalez and Quijada both have clean innings. Tanner Scott gets win number 7, going 2 innings today, despite giving up the earned run. And it looks like that was in extras that he had that happen because it's not part of that 2 runs there. So Justin Martinez will close it out and get saved 28 and drop his ERA down to 3.51. He's been really, really on it lately.
Yeah, it's definitely doing a great job this year over his poor performance of last year. So good stuff. All right, now we're guaranteed at least a split with Texas. So let's just get it done. Let's just take the series right here. And we did. 5-1. Nice. 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. The walks numbers are way down.
Dude, Royce Lewis, again, 2 home runs now.
Damn. He is getting hot. Perfect. He's going to carry this team. And a home run from Joe Adell. They're the only guys that done anything. A stolen base from Kyron Paris. Nice.
Quality start today for Walker Buehler for win number 6. That's really good. He goes 6 innings, only 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Really good relief from Gaddis, Joyce, Sims, and Martinez. And that is going to be save number 29. The final out of the game there for Martinez was all he needed.
Perfect. Great outing from our relievers.
We've got a lot of guys floating in the 2 or 3 range for the ERAs now. That's really, really nice to see.
Yeah, we got some great relievers. And a couple starters that are really holding their own well. So, man, great development so far. Let's see if we can keep a roll going. And wait, can we get the brooms out for Texas?
Oh my gosh.
Swept the Rangers.
Before we can recap that, yeah, the Padres are knocking at the door.
They giving us Tatis? They want Justin Martinez.
They want Tom Gregg. Yeah, I bet they want Justin Martinez.
Yeah. They want to give us Kobe Hightower and Tyler Robinson.
This is another 2 guys that are in A-ball, I think.
Yeah. Not even going to look.
No.
Not even.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who that is. That point.
Unless it was Tatis.
Right.
All right. So now we are on a streak, man. This is awesome.
Well, not only on a streak, but we're really, really heating up offensively. In the last 5 games, that's 5 wins in a row. And in all of them, we have scored 5 or more runs. The team has really, really been putting it together. And in, I think, all 4 of the previous games, it was really Royce Lewis powering out a bunch of home runs and driving in those RBIs to try to get on pace to reach 1 or 2 in the RBI leaders for the AL. But today here in Game 5, Brady House brings down the home run and 3 RBIs. Very, very nice day behind the plate for him.
Yeah, Mauricio Dubon also had a home run as well. Boy, nice stuff. Nice stuff. Not a great outing from Garcia. He got 4 innings. He let in 2 earned, so you got 5 hits. Only 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. That's not horrible. I wonder why he was pulled in the fourth.
It could have been pitch count. They could have been really working him to where if he's up at like 80 pitches or so before the fifth, then yeah, it might just be time. They're just making him do too much.
It's possible. Victor Gonzalez comes in and he gives up an earned run. But after that, Tanner Scott, Quijada, and Gaddis all with immaculate runs through the last of the innings for them. So yeah, look at that. Look at those ERAs. Those are all
That's
great
so
ERAs.
awesome to see.
Yeah. Now if our bats can just keep rolling the way they have, we might actually have a ball team.
We might have a ball team. And yeah,
We
after
might.
the sweep of Texas, that's 5 wins in a row. We're climbing our way back up to 500.
Yeah, we're getting close.
So post All-Star break, we go on the road for a lengthy road trip. We ended up playing 10 games total, winning 7 out of 10. We were a little worried as we lost that series versus Seattle, but on a 5-win streak now, after sweeping Texas, we finally come home triumphant from the road, and we welcome the Athletics.
All right, let's get this going well off game one. I've done that for Texas, and we swept them. So let's do it for the series against the Athletics. Look at that.
Shut them out and extended the win streak. Let's go.
So nice. 6 hits on the day, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. A little high on the strikeout side. 3 of them by Royce Lewis again. That's like the 3rd time in like the last 3 weeks. I think he struck out 3 times.
I think he's in home run or bust mode, so he's probably chasing.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. We had doubles from Dubon and 1 from Royce Lewis. A triple from Jason Dominguez. RBIs in the day from Dominguez was 2 of those. Royce Lewis was 1 and Dubon with 1 as well. So yeah, like not a outstanding day at the plate for the boys, but hey, we got to win.
Yeah, and it was an outstanding day on the mound as we had 3 of them combine for the shutout. Espino with a fantastic game, going 8 innings pitched nearly the entire way, 5 hits, no earned runs, a single walk, and only 2 strikeouts. So lots of contact. Really loved that there was no errors on the day, considering that fact. With all those balls put into play, the defense was behind Espino, and then Joyce and Martinez combined to close it out. Martinez getting save number 30, nice and even.
Perfect. That's an awesome way to start this series. So let's keep it going. So Dakota Hudson's getting another start, this time against Mitch Spence. So let's see if Dakota Hudson get a win under his belt. Let's go. No.
Close, but no.
Unfortunately, he did not get a win. He only had 7 hits on the day. 2, again, the walks are so low. And the 5 strikeouts, and 3 of those were Matthew Lugo, who's filling in at third base today. Royce Lewis with another double. A home run from Jason Dominguez. Maybe he's finally breaking out of that cold streak. And 1 from Kyron Paris. Maybe Dominguez is going to hit over that Mendoza line a little bit more than by 1 or 2 points.
Yeah. Well, he's got an error, so that kind of takes the wind out of the sails of the positivity of the day for me for Dominguez. But yeah, you can't win them all.
No, I guess not.
Apparently, you can't field them all either if you're Dominguez. But Dakota Hudson does not have a real bad game. It looks like that Dominguez error is what really costed him. He's got only 2 earned runs, but 4 of them came through under his watch. So a little tough there. We got some really, really good relief in the middle to late innings, but then Justin Martinez takes loss number 6. Wow. So he's been really good in the closing situations. Instead of, I guess, a blown save, they register as a loss, though. And he's got 6 of those, which is a little more revealing because his saves to blown saves are looking stupendous. It was, what was it last time? Like 26 out of 29 that he had saved when we had looked at it, last week in the game.
I think it was, he only had a couple blown saves, but the 6 losses definitely.
6 losses lends a little bit more credibility to that ERA being higher. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
dang.
Yeah, not the greatest outing. He's only pitched 1 inning and give up 3 hits. That's not normal Jason Dominguez. Justin Martinez, sorry. I was so focused on Jason Dominguez getting a home run and getting an error. I wanted to do so well because he's our player, but man, it's hard to get behind him. Well, we got Rhett Lauder on the mound today, so we got this. Oh, boy.
We might have it, but only if Lawrence Butler can pull through. It's game 3. It's the deciding moment here in the bottom of the 9th with bases loaded for Lawrence Butler. He is averaging .236, but we are facing Mason Miller, one of the most feared athletics players that there is. Really, really good late inning guy just in his own right.
Ball 1.
And he'll miss the circle change out there to even it at 1-1. He's pitching a little carefully, I think, to Butler in this at-bat. I would be as well. He doesn't have that high average, but he does sometimes hit for power. He hasn't been very clutch this year, so it's a tricky one. But Miller's ahead 1-2. And he'll get him 101 miles an hour. A Linda Rott stat special, Blue by You. And Miller sits him down. That's out number 2, and Brady House steps to the plate. 0 for 3 today.
That's a ball.
Slider way outside, not doing much for Brady House there, and he's not really doing much for us with runners in scoring position.
No, hitting that 157.
And that's popped. Get out of here. Go out. Okay, thank you. Wow. I thought it was going to glitch into his glove. I had that happen in my franchise. Ugh.
That's ball 2.
2-1 as Miller misses 102 miles an hour high and outside. Fouled away to even the count.
Come on, Brady. You got this. Do something spectacular.
3-2.
Full count now. Everybody's going to be on the move. The runner tearing down the third base path towards home plate right now. Everybody goes. House lifts it, and it's foul. All right, one more time. Count full. Everybody moving. House.
Oh.
No! Oh, it's a called third strike. I don't know if he went around or if it was just enough in the zone, but Miller gets him. The Athletics close it down. Not only have they ended our winning streak, but they've ended our series win streak as well.
Damn.
Well, that's a tough end to the series there as we drop game 3-5 as Mason Miller successfully closed out that critical situation. And we'll get an off day to recover and think our thoughts about it. We have signed draft picks. We don't need to stop simulating. And here before the deadline, we've got another team knocking on the door. Who do they want? Tom Gregg?
Tanner Scott again.
They want Tanner Scott.
Wow, they're willing to throw 3 players at us to get Tanner Scott. Wow.
Interesting.
It's a hard no, computer. Let's start the series against San Francisco. The Giants are 53-56, and we're 54-57. We both are below 500. So let's go in this with some high hopes of a series win. And we started off on the right foot.
There you go, 4-3.
With a win. 7 hits on the day, 1 walk. Man.
Jeez. Yeah, they have dried up completely on the walks.
Yeah, it is abysmal in the walk section. But yeah, 4 strikeouts, that's not too bad. No, at least Royce Lewis didn't have 3 of them.
No.
He went 0 for 4 though, but he didn't have 3 didn't have 3 strikeouts. Brady House. Where does he get the power from?
There you go.
Another home run. Triple by Lawrence Butler. RBIs from Sean Noel. House on the home run, and Butler drove in too. And a stolen base from Jason Dominguez. Nice.
Yep. And Walker Buehler gets win number 7 off of his quality start. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He's been doing really consistently well. We did have to tap into 5 different relievers today, and between them all, they overall did fine, but Justin Martinez has another rough, short outing. Only 1 out from him and 2 earned runs off of his 2 hits. Ben Joyce comes in to get the final 2 outs of the game, though, and get his first official save of the year.
So after squeaking out that win in the first game of the series against San Francisco, we got Luis Garcia going against Logan Webb. Let's keep the hot bats rolling here. Oh, nope.
Ooh.
No, that's not hot bats at all. That's hot something else. That's hot something else.
Hot garbage.
Yeah, pretty much. 6 hits
hot,
on the day.
Hot dog water.
Yuck. That'll be worse. Hot or cold hot dog water? Which would be worse?
I think hot water, because I don't know why, but the demon in my brain is possessing me to create the idea of brewing coffee with hot dog water.
Oh my word.
Ugh.
Yeah, that just turned my stomach. Thanks very much. I'm sure the viewers are happy with that analogy too.
Yeah.
There, look at that. 2 walks. What the hell's going on? These guys
Not
don't.
walking.
They're not walking at all. Only 3 strikeouts. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Double from Brady House, RBI from Royce Lewis, and an error from Joe Adell.
This is one of those bad luck baseball games. We only got 6 hits, and with so few strikeouts and so few walks, that means everything was contacted. It's just, it didn't go our way. We only had 1 run. So just a lot of really, really bad luck, I think. Luis Garcia picks up loss number 9, and the Joe Adell error assisted in that loss for him, as he allowed 2 earned runs, but 3 came through. He allowed 5 hits over 5 innings with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Still looking really good on his ERA at a 3.01. And then in relief today was Ben Joyce, that gave up 2 earned runs on his inning. Gonzalez followed him and allowed an earned run as well. Lucas Sims with an under 2 ERA as the final closer of the day did pretty good, though.
Yeah, not a great day all around. There's just really no bad action, and the boys in the mound just kind of tossed it around a little bit. And not a great day.
Just an ugly game, yeah.
That's all right. We got a chance to salvage it here, and we're going to take game 3. We got this. Look at that. 7-5.
We do indeed.
7-5.
Let's go.
1 fucking walk. Holy shit. These guys are allergic to taking balls, man. I don't understand. 10 hits. I'll take that. 12 strikeouts, though.
Yeah, that's the trade-off right there.
Yeah. A little more discipline, boys. It'd be great. Doubles from Brady House, Joe Adell, and Brian Roque. I think that's the first time we've seen Brian Roque's name on the batting list for a while. Home runs from Brady House, Royce Lewis, and Dalton Rushing. And the RBIs in the day, Royce Lewis with 3, Dalton Rushing with 2. The other 2 were brought in by Lawrence Butler and Brady House. And an error from Dalton Rushing. That's a rarity.
That is rare. Yeah, absolutely. Espino will squeak by with a quality start. The error from Dalton Rushing was 4 runs allowed during his 6 innings, but only 3 of them charged to Espino, so he will snag that quality start. He struck out 9 and walked 3 and had 5 hits over his 6 innings. Tanner Scott gets a blown save despite no earned runs and only 1 hit. I'm not sure what actually happened there, so that's a little weird. No runs came across at all, but somehow he has a blown save. Jose Quijada gets win number 4 to even up his record there. And he's got a 3.09 ERA after a clean inning there with 2 strikeouts. And Martinez somewhat comes back to form. He gets a save, but he trades a run to do so. And his ERA is now over 4. I did say earlier that Martinez's job as a closer primarily is just to win those games in those situations and get that save registered. It doesn't necessarily matter to me if he's got a 9 ERA, as long as he's doing the one job that we pay him for, and that's to save and close these games. Today he did it, allowing 1, but he is on a worrying streak. All right, let's try going back to the menu, see if we can view the draft picks. Yes.
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Holy shit. A 76, a 65, a 66, 62, a 61, and a 64.
Nobody's terrible, and we've got 4 really high potentials.
Dude.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good, dude.
Oh, that's the best draft ever.
There we go. Now there's the positive Panther that I want to see. Let's go. Best draft ever. Initial reaction aside, we further assessed, and this draft does look like it's probably the best draft that we have ever done. We picked up 3 starting pitchers that all have a potential, and we're going to break them down one by one. First, our number 1 draft pick that we got was Michael Bastafka. He comes in at a 76 overall with a 95 potential. near generational with a very, very high launch pad already. One of the few things we need to work on with him, though, is clutch, as his rating is only 38 right now. His control also needs a little bit of work at 45, and it looks like he sacrificed all fielding abilities. If the ball is in play near the mound, Bistofka collapses and has a seizure. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
So
he runs away from the ball. He sees the ball coming, he runs the other way, trips and falls down. That's exactly what happens. But hey,
and with a low reaction, it's also several seconds too late.
that's fine. As long as he doesn't get hurt when he falls down, we're good. Like, as long as he can keep pitching and improve his clutch and control, this kid is going to be potential ace for the Angels in a couple seasons.
And 90 stamina to boot.
Yeah, already. Perfect.
Next is Carlos Chavez, and the first of two that we drafted. I don't think there's any relation either. They're from different places, but
Yeah.
the first one that we're going to get to is our second round draft pick, Carlos Chavez, the starting pitcher at 22 years old. He's a 65 overall with a 94 potential, near the top again. And at 22, he looks pretty good. His clutch and control are two lower ones. The home runs per 9 at 43 is also a little more concerning. So not quite as much of a slam dunk, not slam dunk.
Poor
Not
Doug.
quite as good as Bistofka, but still very, very promising. He's got 5 pitches that he works with as well. So Chavez might need just a little bit more time. And at 22 with a 65 overall, it's not going to be a very long time, I don't think. But really exciting to have two incredible A potential, high to decent overall pitchers to start as a 1-2 punch to this draft. Rounding out the Chavez team here for number 3, it's Carlos Chavez in right field this time. He's a 66 overall, and he very nearly made a potential. He's at an 89, the absolute maximum that you can get in the B potential category. He's got plenty of speed out there in right field. He also secondaries the rest of the outfield as well, so we could just refer to him as an outfielder if we want. But with great speed, an excellent steal rating, and base running aggressiveness, this guy's going to be all over the base paths and be an absolute menace to opposing pitchers and defenses. He fields well, he reacts well, but we do need to work on the arm and accuracy. That'll probably be the only thing that we train on him, as his fundamentals with vision, discipline, and clutch all look pretty good, and he's got good contact to start as well. Hopefully that power develops. That would be an extra boost for him, but the defense looks pretty good, and as long as we can get the arm and accuracy where we want him, Carlos Chavez is going to have a very short pipeline to the MLB level, and at 66 overall, only 18 years old, he's going to be here sooner than we think.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him get some decent gains and get a shot at the majors with the next season or two. It'd be nice to see what he can develop into.
Our 4th round pick is the first somewhat disappointment that we've got, and it's Kendrick Lott at first base. He's 19 years old. He starts at a 62 overall, which is really not bad at all, but that potential came in very low. We scouted him 74 to 86 for that potential, and he rounds out at a 76, almost the very bottom of what was projected for him. So this is the first real miss that we've had. His fielding is also in a very bad state right now. The speed is not there, no stealing to speak of. He is aggressive, but unfortunately, he's just confidently incorrect in making those calls on the base path. He does have a very high clutch rating and decent vision and discipline to start, as well as really, really good contact. So I think right now, as it stands, the attributes for Kendrick Lott lean a little more towards DH category, but a contact first DH is really not that ideal either. So Kendrick Lott is going to be tricky, and his development is going to be a little weird at first, I think. He's only got C potential, and he's a 62 overall, so there's not long to go before he reaches his maximum. And I don't know. Kendrick Lott might not be somebody that we've end up moving forward with at first base. And we're definitely not putting him in a secondary position of right field. But we'll have to see what happens with Lott. I don't know. Maybe he surprises us.
Yeah, maybe he's one of those guys that starts developing the really weak spots early. Like maybe we get some focus on his fielding, and maybe he becomes a competent fucking first baseman. We don't know. We'll have to see what happens with him. But yeah, a little disappointed. Like I said, I kind of had a little bit higher hopes for him. I wanted to see that mustache on the field.
Our 5th-round pick is Sergio Montoya, and we get back to the good news here. This is the 3rd starting pitcher that we drafted, all 3 of them with A potential. He is a 61 overall to start at 21 years old, and he's got a 93 potential rating towards the top of the scouted potential that we got him. So with a 61 overall, that looks pretty good. However, he is well behind the development paths of Michael Bistafka and Carlos Chavez, the starting pitcher. His clutch rating is pretty low. He's going to give up a lot of home runs to start, and that's going to be a challenge. He has 91 stamina, so he'll last forever as long as he's doing good, but he's got a lot more things to work on. He does throw a 4-pitch mix, which is pretty nice. He's a righty, and at 21 years old, there's plenty of time to develop him. But I think this is going to be one of those guys that spends a couple years down in Double-A before he's ready to make the leap. And we might see Montoya somewhere in his mid-20s, maybe 25, 26 years old. He might be ready to go. It's going to be a little bit before he gets there, though, and that's, of course, based on his development and performance. And the final pick that we made in the 2026 draft is Elias Curtis, a reliever who's 22 years old. We projected him to come in between 59 and 70, and he ended up just slightly on the lower scale there as a 63 potential, but he's a 64 overall. So he's one of those weird lopsided guys that comes in above his D potential already to start. He does have some decent looking attributes. I would normally just describe him as a guy that needs work on his clutch. Everything else looks pretty good for his fundamental pitcher attributes, but unfortunately, he's going to start to plummet right away. And he's only got 3 pitches that he throws, and mostly for velocity, not really for break. So his screwball must not be very good. His changeup may not be that reliable either, and he really just tries to pound the strike zone. But a 2-seamer at 91 is really not that intimidating either. So this is another one where it might just be a miss here. And as a round 6 draft pick, it's not the greatest loss for us, but I did hope to see a little bit more out of Curtis.
Yeah, like I said, his scouted potential was, close to a C. And I thought, well, hey, a C reliever is not the worst thing to draft in the 6th spot, but unfortunately, the game wasn't as kind to us on him as they were on the other few draft picks we got that are looking pretty stellar. So, hey, one bad at a 6 ain't too shabby. So that's not it's not the worst. That is the, like I said, the best draft class we've had. So I'm actually pretty surprised that we actually pulled that off.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it might just be the turnaround that we need. And, give us something to really, really look forward to and sink our teeth into. Having 4 very high quality draft picks from 2026 is, I think, going to be a big foundational piece for us moving into 27 and beyond. And we will end it today after we have signed and viewed our draft picks. We've revealed it. We've had a lot of success here ending the month of July. And here moving into August, we end right now in 2nd place, just barely above the Athletics. We have swept the Rangers. We lost the series to the Athletics, but we still maintain lead over them. And the Mariners, leading the AL West at 61 and 53, are still on top. But we might have begun a little bit of a turnaround here with the Angels as we're 7-3 in our last 10. And coming out of the All-Star break, it's been pretty positive here in Los Angeles. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.